We're here this morning with Canton Municipal Court Clerk of Courts, Phil Giavasis, and also Stark County Commissioner Thomas Bernabei. And the topic is jail space, which has been a hot topic going back many, many years in Stark County. And viewers saw on the video that I took of your meeting this morning, kind of a subcommittee of the Corrections Planning Commission. Do I have that correct? Okay. And just from both of you, your summarization of this particular meeting, has there been the formation of structure for our meeting of the minds?
Commissioner? No, go ahead.
Well, again, it's important. This is the way things should be decided and the way things do get worked out, and that is you sit down at a table, you throw the problem out, you throw it out for discussion, and you get input from everyone. I think that everyone here certainly respects everyone. What I see in this meeting is, again, I think Stark County has a extraordinarily unique system, probably the only system like it in the state of Ohio, with the development of the Giavasis system and with the development of the control that we have established over the use of jail beds. You saw the multiple categories which are monitored daily. That in and of itself is extraordinary. That monitoring, which is done by the municipal clerk's office and through the Giavasis system, requires daily interactions with each and every one of the judges and each and every one of the other persons involved in those various categories. Again, an extraordinary interaction. I don't know that anybody else in the state does it or does it better. The narrow issue for us today is if we are not at full capacity and if we are not using full capacity, as the sheriff suggested, you can't always be at 501 beds every day because it's not possible to always be at full capacity. The question is, can we or should we consider selling those beds to some other public entity and generating whatever amount of general fund monies that would generate that can be used for some other purpose, because there's obviously always a need. We're not here to discuss whether or not the judges should or should not sentence. It's our desire. We have a Stark County jail of 501 capacity, and we would.
And that's kind of a given that if the county has a need, and I think that Mr. Giavasis has made that clear. I mean, you Mr. Giavasis, clearly are interested in the management, the administrative management side, and that's, as I understood your comments at the meeting today, that's your primary focus. And it's not to interfere with bed utilization at the county jail in terms of whatever Stark County needs, Stark County's going to have. Do I have that correct?
Well, I made a lot of comments. I don't know which one you're referring to. From the standpoint of Giavasis management, we look at the process. We've put processes in place. We've categorized all the prisoners, and this is a management tool for us. As I said in the meeting, we use it to diagnose how well our system is working. If certain categories fill up, we know that we have to look internally into that category and see why it's filled up. We initially analyzed the jail, the population of the jail when we implemented the system. We put them into categories. We looked at what an average daily population looks like. What category would they be in? Are they a felon? Are they a misdemeanor? Are they a violent felon, a nonviolent felon? And we have a person that manages each one of those sections. So from the standpoint of the clerk's office, we make paper flow, we make processes flow, we try to look at the most efficient way to use those 509 beds. So I would say yes.
Okay. So to sum it all up, both of you very pleased with the discussion today and going forward?
Very, very pleased.
And as you can see, our next step will be to make ourselves available, and that would be the municipal clerk who runs the Giavasis system, myself, the sheriff. We're more than willing to meet with the judges at any time, whether it's together or in individual groups, to discuss this further. But I think what you see today is Sheriff Meyer does an excellent job in running the jail. Phil Giavasis does an excellent job in running the Giavasis and the administration of this whole thing. The judges really are doing an excellent job in Stark County in cooperating, working together, and utilizing the capacity. Again, this is a relatively narrow question that we're discussing, and I think that just having the discussion is beneficial. And I guess
Very much.
one thing that maybe we learn out of this is that we need to have more of these discussions just on a regular basis, even when there's no specific topic, just so that everybody understands that we've only been averaging, 450 people, or we've been averaging, 510, and we
Right.
need to do something. I mean, we need to have those continuing discussions.
Okay, just at the end of the day, are the commissioners going to be deciding one way or another if Stark County offers its bed for sale to Summit County?
Well, there is pending, nothing before us pending, so I think that the decision as to whether we would or would not decide that is going to come out of the future discussions with everyone.
So it could just be die as, or it could be picked up again and go forward.
It could potentially, occur depending, again, what happens out of the discussions.
Okay.
I'm not saying it would
All
or
right.
would not. I think there's as many people out there that would say, yes, we want you to have 501, Stark Countyans who deserve to be in jail. And there's an equal group, I would anticipate, that would say, okay, but if you can't fill it to capacity every day and you're at 490, why don't you sell those 10 beds?
Right.
If you sell 10 beds every day over the course of a year, that would generate $700 a day. It generates
Right.
a significant amount of money. So I think that it's an issue, from a policy perspective, that would probably, merits consideration and discussion on both sides.
Okay.
But we don't intend to take it up again until we get input, from everyone, because again, Stark County has done a great job, and as Phil says, probably a unique job in the state of Ohio. We're probably 1 out of 88 counties that are doing what we want to do, and we want to all stay on that same page.
Okay, well, thank you. Anything else?
No, but just to clarify, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Commissioner, but it wasn't a unique situation to Summit County. It was just giving the sheriff, if there were empty jail beds, the tool to be able to generate revenue from that bed if it was not being used. I don't think it was specific to Summit County, was it?
No, I was saying we were unique in the system that we agreed.
Well, I think the
And the
contract,
scope
though,
of
that was
cooperation.
presented to
That was
the
a- that was-
commissioners
Summit
was,
County-
yeah, I
that was a
misspoke.
Summit
That's
County,
all right.
Right.
contract.
Okay, well, thank you, Commissioner Thomas Bernabei and Clerk of Municipal Court, Phil Giavasis.
Thank you.